Alright guys, here's a video on how I list raw coins on eBay. And I just want to give a step-by-step detailed instructions on what I do to help take better images of the coins. But this is that MS63 crackout. And what you want to do is you basically want to have one of these flips. And I prefer, it's a Guard House brand. And I've found the best price on eBay, Amazon, whatever. They always go to like Wizard, some kind of Wizard coin supply. And you can buy the ones that actually come with the little inserts here. So you can write on it and keep an inventory. So you basically take this here and you can write on it. And we're going to call this an 18. And again, I always like label the coin based on my inventory, but I don't have an 1884O listed right now. That's raw. So I just write the date on here. And then I'm going to write gem, BU, dimple. And then I'll just probably put like AA as an inventory number. So I just write it like right there. And then another trick, so if you're getting a lot of coins and you're like forgetting which one is which, you can go to your inventory screen and call this that, so you can put the original cost. And again, this MS63, again, I picked up for 80. I did look it up. It was 86 bucks. It's like 85.99 with free shipping. So anyways, you take this, put it in here. But what I will do is sometimes I'll forget to like go back to my inventory screen. So like if you have like a bunch of 1884 O's, how do you know this was the one that you paid 86 bucks for it? So I'll take a pencil and I'll write in the back $86, the source I got it from and the date I picked it up. So it gives me an idea too of like, oh, cool. Well, this sold for how much? And I ended up selling it for that. Okay, so then we'll take the coin out, and obviously you can get these white gloves for pretty cheap. So there it is. And it's okay to hold it raw, with your hand. And then with the Morgans, you look at the face, look at the eagle, turn it upside down. And then you want to use a brand new flip. And I prefer these Guardhouse ones because they're Mylar, so they're non-plasticized. So then it'll look like that. And then I'll take one of these holders here. And we'll basically take a photo like this. And then I will take the coin out of the holder. And you get 12 photos on eBay, so I always take one like on a good angle that shows the best reflective quality. So you want to get it right where you can see the cameo of the Morgan, but then you want the rest of the coin to look very mirrored. Again, only if a coin like this you're trying to sell, you want to get the best image possible. Oh, and let me turn off my lamp lights because that adds like orange to it. Give me 1 second. All right, so I turned my fan light off. So you want to get an image like this. So I would take one picture like that. That would probably be my main photo. And I don't like to zoom or do photo editing because that takes a lot of time. So I just use my cell phone. It already has a nice enough camera. And then you can snap the photo as close as you possibly can. So I would take, this would be image number 1. Yeah, flip the coin. That would be image number 2. Okay. And then let me move this off my tripod here. And then for a real good photo with lots of lighting, oops, let me get this here. I would try and lay the coin flat in my hand with the LED lights above and take a photo like that. That would be picture 3. This would be picture 4. So again, I'm getting all the LEDs from above to get as bright on there as possible. And then I take some straight up ones. So when I'm taking the straight up ones, I used to hold the coin in my hand like that, but then like your fingers get in the way, you put shadows in the coin. So I cracked out a PCGS holder before, and they give you these little rubber thingies that come inside the PCGS Morgans or whatever. So now I use that as a holder, so then my fingers don't get in the way. So this would be picture 5. Then I take one on an angle, picture 6, picture 7. Then I'd flip it for the reverse, picture 8, picture 9, and picture 10. And then picture 11 was with the coin, sitting in the holder. And that's more for me, just for inventory purposes. So I always make that my last photo. And then I'll show you the end results on eBay, what that looks like. Oh, the other thing I forgot too is, like, sometimes with dimple coins, you could take stuff and, show how reflective it is and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I guess you could, but, maybe I would take another photo. Again, probably with the coin raw in my hands. The plastic holder kind of takes away. So maybe picture 12, when you have a dimple coin, is maybe taking something with color and just, I don't know, showing how reflective it is. So obviously you can see that there's mirror, or even the back. So you take a picture like that, just showing the mirror, or your finger, whatever you want to use. I like to use like a screwdriver. But again, I'm not a huge fan of that, because some people don't care. It already looks dimple, but you have to get it like at the right angle, just to show the dimple-like quality. All right, so now I'm back to my computer. So now we'll make our listing. And you can do one of two ways. You could use someone else's listing and just go sell one like this. So that's the sell one like this icon right here. And then it would kind of create a format for you. I like to use listings I already have. So I've got quite a few listed. So I'll just go to one of my raw coins. And then you go to sell similar item. And then again, this is an 1884 O. Oh, you guys can't really see it, my bad. So in 1884, let me zoom in for YouTube here. So title will be 1884 O. Morgan Silver Dollar Gem, BU. It's not a key date, so I'm going to erase that one. So I'm going to put Gem, BU, Dimple, PL. And I'll also put mirrors. And then my inventory number, and that again, I just made it up, was AA, just in case I get another 1884 Dimple die list. So you copy that, then you hit this field here, update the date, make sure you got New Orleans Mint. KM number is 110 for all Morgans, correct year, it's a business strike. I mean, you could put deep mirror proof like if you want. It doesn't really matter. I mean, someone that's looking for Dimple, they'll find it in your title. So I copied and pasted. So I just took the title, copy and paste it. I'm going to leave the old photos here, and then I'll upload those. I do all my photos through my cell phone. I don't upload it in the computer, download it, waste it. I literally just go on eBay's app and download the photos. And then I'll put a little description. So I always put C photos of actual item, raw coin, no photo editing software. I don't do any editing. It's just I have a nice light box and take photos at different angles, just as if you were to see it at a coin shop in perfect lighting. Oh, and this one, instead of my bright white, I'll probably put Cameo, because it definitely has a cameo, the coin that I did. So then I'll put an inscription of his coin is Dimple, Cameo, nice fields. Appears. Just nice fields, no cleaning. No scratches. And then the reverse, again, Dimple, Cameo. Probably no need to put that in caps. I don't want to yell at people. Nice fields. No cleaning, no scratches. Then I really do think it's one of the best looking 84 raw Morgan on eBay right now. So I don't think anything will be able to touch it for 150. So I think it's going to sell pretty quick. And then I always mention here, let me zoom in so you guys can see. So again, just you don't have to go crazy with the description, but basically put what it is, put a little inventory number on it if you have a bunch to sell. I always show actual photos, obverse of the coin, reverse. I will like edit this if it's not one of the best looking, but for the money, I mean, for 150 bucks, I think it's gonna be worth it. It is harder to find nicer Morgans like this one. They're already graded stainless slab. Well, this one was stainless slab, so I opened it up. There is no toning, and I always like to ship USPS, and I use eBay for the shipping, which creates a label, creates a tracking number. So as a buyer, you can easily follow where your coin is via tracking. And then when I sell a coin, I also go a step further and I take a photo of the coin and I take a photo of the envelope with the shipping label on it, and I send that through eBay messages. So as soon as someone buys a coin and I prepare the shipping label, I send them a quick photo. Here's your coin. Here's your envelope. Keep an eye out on your mailbox. Thank you for your business. Nobody does that on eBay, so I do that just to provide a little more customer service. And it's really from when I were to buy coins, it would always kind of be a mystery of like, oh, which one is this? Or, when am I getting this one? Or if you get a bunch, at least anyone that buys a coin from me, they know like, hey, this guy took a photo of it. That's what my envelope's going to look for. And they're going to keep an eye on their mailbox because people are robbing people nowadays, So, if the USPS says it was delivered, you better get to your mailbox right away. And then I'll offer first class, priority flat rate, a small box. And if someone's looking for a gift, there is a FedEx by my house. I will do overnight shipping. But again, the buyer pays for these items. Again, 150 I think is very fair. Again, guys, I paid like 86 bucks for the coin. If I would have listed it as an MS63, I probably would be happy to get 105, 110, but I don't think it would sell for. I think it's going to sell more as a Dimple PL raw coin. People get more excited about raw coins than something that's in a slab. And then I'm going to start changing these to 4 ounces. So nowadays it's anywhere from $3.99 to $3.32 to send something first class via envelope. And then I do pay the extra fee to boost the item's visibility. So what'll happen is when someone's looking for a Dimple Morgan, not even this year, it'll show this at the very top of their screen. So they're going to see this, not this picture, because that's a great looking coin, but that's not the coin I'm listing. So let me hit list item now. There's no fees because I have a store. And then eBay will show you once it's all submitted. Thank you for that. And then I'll go to my app on my phone and I'll upload the photos.